I'm JoJo Siwa, and this is my People magazine cover.
JoJo, you are willing to go 1,000%. You are little sass, honey.
Oh, you haven't seen the half of it yet.
After starring in 2 seasons of the hit reality series Dance Moms, JoJo Siwa released her 2016 debut single, Boomerang.
I don't really care about what they say. I'ma come back like a boomerang.
The song would go double platinum, and at only 12 years old, JoJo's career was off and running.
I'ma come back like a boomerang.
5 years and 3 albums later, the now 17-year-old singer, dancer, and entrepreneur has one of the most popular YouTube channels on the planet with more than 3.5 billion views. And an exclusive talent deal with Nickelodeon, which has helped make her the face of a massive merchandising empire.
And when people say like, oh, well, where would I know you from? I'm like, the easiest thing to say is, do you have a daughter? Do you have a niece? Do you have a granddaughter? But it's kind of hard to explain what I do. I sing, I dance, I perform, I act, I do YouTube. I've been on reality shows my entire life. I entertain, I have fun, I am outgoing, you name it, I make it happen. I love it, love it.
Throughout her career, JoJo has always been an inspiring role model for her legions of young fans. And that was never more true than at the start of 2021 when she decided to share a new side of herself. First, with a January 22nd Twitter post wearing a t-shirt that read, "Best Gay Cousin Ever." And then the following day with a candid Instagram Live conversation where she explained to her nearly 11 million followers how she felt to be openly a part of the LGBTQ community.
It's just so awesome, and I think it's the first time that I felt so personally happy. Like, my career has always made me super happy, performing has made me super happy, but for the first time personally, I am like, whoa, happiness, it's so cool, it's so awesome. But my whole thing with me coming out is like, I knew since I was little. You can ask anyone in my family. No, I never ever would have said like, I am straight, I only like boys. I always just said, you know, like, my human is my human, and one day if that happens to be a girl, awesome, and if that happens to be a boy, awesome. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. And I found my human, and my human's a girl, and so I was like, all right, now it's time to come out. Let's do it. And I talked to my girlfriend a lot about it and what we wanted the internet to know and when we wanted the internet to know. And we dated for about a month before the internet found out. And we actually told the internet about us on our 1 month. And she was like, are you ready for the world to know? And I was like, I'm ready. And I asked her too, I was like, are you ready? I was like, because people know that we were best friends. And I was like, people know that we're best friends and they might start putting speculation onto you. And she was like, I am so in love with you. Yes, like, I don't care. They don't have to know, they can know. It never mattered to her what the internet thought about us, and which is really nice. It's really nice to have somebody like that.
While it's certainly brave for any 17-year-old to come out on social media, it's especially courageous when that teenager happens to be the face of a multi-million-dollar brand.
You know, the risk is the world is a scary place. And there are still a lot of people, you know, who maybe don't accept it or don't fully support it. And that's not okay, but that is okay, because there are so many more people who do accept it and who do support it. And honestly, I posted that thing, I think that was on the live stream. I was like, whoa, this has so many comments, I'm gonna go read them. Should never have done that, because I was thinking that all the comments were gonna be nice and supportive, and they weren't. A lot of them were, I'm never buying your merch again, my daughter is never watching you again, this and that, and this and that, and the other things. And my thing is I don't want people like that to watch my videos. I don't want people to buy my merchandise if they aren't gonna support not only me, but the LGBTQ community. And there's so many people who do, and the amount of people who have come up to me and said, like, you have helped me so much, or you have made me want to come out. And it's really nice to hear that people really are so supportive. I've done a lot of things, and I've never gotten this much support from the world.
And many of those supporters have been eager to know how JoJo is now labeling herself.
I was literally talking with my girlfriend about this, I think it was last night. It was either last night or the night before that. And I was like, I still don't know what I am. And she was like, you don't have to. I was like, no, I know I don't have to, but I want to. It's like, I want to figure it out. And I have this joke. Her name is Kylie, and so I say that I'm Kai-sexual. But like, I don't know, bisexual, pansexual, queer, lesbian, gay, straight. I always just say gay because it just kind of covers it, or queer because I think the Q word's cool. I like queer. Technically, I would say that I am pansexual because that's how I have always been my whole life, is just like, my human is my human. But you know, I still really don't have a final answer on that, and I don't know if I ever will, you know? It's something that just kind of floats around, and I'm living my life, and that's just, it is what it is what's happening.
JoJo and Kylie first met on a cruise ship back in December 2019 while they were both vacationing with their families.
The moment that I was like, whoa, this girl is different than anyone I've ever met, was I was telling her my life story. And it probably took 10 minutes, and it was my whole spiel that I tell everyone when they ask me my life story. And she, at the end, goes, okay, are you done? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I could have Googled that. And I go, yeah. And she goes, I want to know your life story. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she was like, you just told me about your career. I want to know about you. And I was like, whoa, no one's ever asked me that before. I was like, ooh, this is cool. So I thought I just liked her like a friend, and we bonded, and she was really nice to me and really protective of me, and we had so much fun. And I literally, at the end of the ship, like, we said, like, I'll see you later. It was not goodbye, because we live on opposite sides of the country. And we made a pact that we were gonna talk every single day.
Over the next year, JoJo and Kylie became best friends while keeping in touch long distance, until finally they were able to see each other in December of 2020 during JoJo's family vacation to Disney World.
I was like, I wonder if she would meet up with me. And she did, she was able to, and so she came to Orlando with us, and we had the most fun ever. But the problem was, is I knew that in my head, like, I was falling for her, but I thought there was no way she would like me. I'm her best friend, like, why would she ever like me? And anytime Kylie would also ask me, like, you have a crush on me, don't you? I'd be like, totally, such a huge crush on you. And she would think it was being sarcastic, but I was just being honest. And so it was still just kind of like, she was feeling things, I was feeling things, but we weren't actually talking about it. We weren't saying anything. And then finally at the end of the trip, she told me that she was jealous of whoever my crush was. And I was like, ha, you don't need to be, because it's you. And we both kind of had this moment like, whoa. Okay, so what I've been feeling is what you've been feeling, and it was really cool. It was a beautiful moment. So then I walked her to her car because she was gonna drive home. Walked her to her car, got back in my car with my family, sobbing. I mean, we're sobbing at this point. We don't know when we're gonna see each other again. And it was awful. I was gonna miss her so much. It was gonna be like 70 days until I saw her again. And then I get in the car and I'm sobbing, and my mom literally goes, you really like her, don't you? And I go, yeah. And my mom goes, as a friend or as more than a friend? And I go, more than a friend. And that was how it happened. My mom literally goes, I figured, and then that was it. Then my dad was like, awesome, man. Like, my dad was pumped up about it. It was really cool. My parents were really just chill. And for the first week, they both were kind of awkward. And finally, after about a week, they both came to me and were like, hey, we know we've been awkward. We just, didn't really know what to say or know what we could say or know how you felt or how we felt. But now we kind of see how you feel and how you've been interacting. And so we kind of get it more now. And I can't blame them. I didn't know, they didn't ask me right then and there. Kylie and I had talked about, like, how are we gonna tell our parents? And if they didn't ask me right then and there, I don't know how I would have. And so I'm very happy that they did. They made it very easy on me. But it was all so perfect. It was all in that moment just so perfect, and it still is so perfect. I think something that's really cool is that I came out to not just my family, to not just my friends, to not just my circle, to the world, and to a lot of people, and had a lot to lose, which is kind of crazy because in my head, I'm like, I got nothing to lose, you know what I mean? Like, I found love, it's awesome, I'm happy, but in the big grand scheme of things, there was a lot to lose, There's a lot of people that still maybe are scared of it or not accepting or unsupportive. And so it can be very scary. And I think in my case, I had a lot that could have gone away because of my love life and my happiness. And if it was all to go away because of that, that's so be it. I also think that if somebody in your life, you know, isn't going to accept you for who you are, isn't going to support you for loving who you love, you might not want that person in your life. And that's really hard because for a lot of people, that could be a mom, that could be a dad, that could be a grandparent, that could be an aunt, an uncle, a little sister, a little brother, that could be somebody that's very close to you. But you get to live your life and you get to love who you want to love. And I love my human, and it doesn't matter that my human's a girl. And for everyone else, it doesn't matter if your human is a girl, if your human is a boy, if your human is non-binary, whatever your human is. As my dad says, hey man, love is universal. It really is.